What's up, y'all? I'm Doomfunk, and welcome to another Diablo 4 video. Today I'm asking the question, should you buy Diablo 4? This game is making massive waves, and this is the question I'm seeing a lot of people ask themselves. So let's start up. So, the short answer is I don't know. So there you have it. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below if you're buying Diablo 4. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. I don't know your financial position. I don't know what games you like to play. I don't know how much time you have to play on a game. I don't know anything about you. So, I'm not going to tell you to buy the game or not buy the game. What I am going to tell you is why I have purchased the game and some things I might have some reservations about. But mostly I'm very excited about the game. And I'm also going to give you some alternatives to if you want to play an ARPG but want a free game, or don't want to spend $70 on Diablo 4. The footage above and around me is going to be Last Epoch, Path of Exile, and Lost Ark. And we'll talk more about those at the end of the video. So should you buy Diablo 4? I have zero fucking idea if you should buy Diablo 4. I did, and the reason I did is because I liked the setting of Diablo. I played Diablo 2 as a teenager, and I didn't play a ton, but I played a bit, and I really enjoyed it. I bought Diablo 4 because I can afford the game. I work full time, and I don't have any kids. So I can afford the arguably high $70 price tag. And because I've been craving an ARPG, an action RPG, for those of you who don't know, with combat that feels as good as Lost Ark. And because a few of my friends were thinking about buying it. So after talking with a few of my friends, we were kind of all on the fence about it. A couple people were committed. But I had some reservations at the time. I really didn't want another slow-moving action RPG where you just click and your character moves, and then you click and your character moves, and you have to use your abilities, and you're stuck there for a moment. And if you just use your abilities at the wrong time, or you don't know the enemy you're facing, there's no way to get out of its danger zone in time, then you're just gonna fucking die. And I did. That was my biggest reservation about the game. I did not want to play it because I wanted to play that. There's already games like that. There's Path of Exile. There's Diablo 2, which is still a great game. So I started doing some research on it. Actually, I asked a friend who works at Blizzard about it, why they were excited about it, and not just to be a company man and be like, hey, like, this is what I'm worried about at the game. Why should I buy it? And they go, well, the combat's going to be interactive. I go, what do you mean? They go, there's a dodge button. I was so hype. I started watching some more videos about Diablo 4, just what do we know so far? But learning that there was a dodge button, which meant interactive combat, which meant you're not just locked into an animation. You can dodge through enemies. If you accidentally kite a bunch of them on top of you, and you don't have a movement skill on your character, you have a dodge button. You can leap through them. So that was the final push. I instantly bought the game. It was a $70 game, but like I said, I work full time. I have no children. I can afford it. I even have a buddy of mine whose birthday is coming up. I bought him I purchased the game for him too, so we could play in the beta together. Because he was on the fence about it, but his biggest reservation was spending the money, which I totally understand. Because like $70 is pretty steep. It's definitely not cheap. Like that's several meals. It's tanks of gas. I work from home, so like I said, I was able to afford it. But why should you buy it when there's games like Path of Exile? There's Lost Ark. There's League of Legends. There's Destiny 2. There are plenty of good free games. And if you can't afford a game, don't buy it. Just don't. Like, don't have FOMO about it. The game's not a limited release. You can only buy it before it comes out. Wait for it to come out. If you're really on that, if that's where you're like, I can't afford it, should I save up to buy it? Like, do you, boo-boo. Tell you what, if you're missing a meal to buy a video game, you need to rethink your fucking life. So some things to keep in mind. If you're one of those people who can only buy 1 or 2 games a year, and you're wondering if Diablo 4 is going to be the game for you, know that it doesn't have a forced multiplayer endgame like Lost Ark does. It will be completely soloable. The multiplayer aspect is completely optional. The PvP is completely optional. So you can beat the game, grind up some gear at your own pace in the comfort of your living room or your office or wherever. You spend $70 once, you have the game. There will be a quarterly battle pass per each season, and that's going to be $10, they said. And it's only going to be cosmetics. So there's no real pay to win worry there of, do you have to invest more money in it? No, you don't have to buy the battle pass. You can buy an optional battle pass and get different skins or better skins. But there's no other investment besides the $70 until, and they have said there's going to be expansions. And I just work under the assumption that the expansions are going to be the full price of the game again. So that's going to be another $70, I'm assuming, next year for the first expansion. Might be less, but I just work under the assumption that it's going to be more. So if this is the one game you buy this year and you enjoy it, it might be the one game you buy again next year. But that being said, the devs have said that there's going to be over 100 hours of content for a single character per season. So even if you do put 2 hours a night, 2 hours a week into the game, you put 2 hours a week into the game, you're still going to be having new content to do throughout the year. And you may even be like, you might be finishing up your one character by the time the next expansion comes out, and you might be like, hell yeah, let's go. Let's do some more. Or you might be like, nah, brah. Either way, there'll be plenty of content. And the devs are already applying the community's feedback after the beta pre-launch. So I'm really getting the feeling that the devs are in this for the long haul. They want to make a game that is enjoyable, but also is the game that they want to make and stay true to that. So I'm really excited for this game in a lot of ways. The only reservation I do have is going to be those expansions and how well those are going to be handled, because it is Blizzard, and I've heard some things about WoW expansions before. Especially like if it is going to be a full price of the game again, like I'm prepared to do that, but I think a lot of people might not be. And I'm sure you're asking yourself, but Doom, what about the $90 version for early access? Well, what about it? It's not pay to win. It's 100% a marketing tactic to get an extra $20 out of schmucks like me. That's right. I bought the game, and then I played the beta, and then I upgraded my computer, and then I spent the extra $20 to get the early access, because now we're in the content making game, boys. So, if you don't like that tactic, don't buy it. The first season won't start for a couple weeks after launch, and when the season starts, everybody will be on equal footing. If you don't like that tactic enough to boycott the game entirely, then don't buy the game. Like I said, I'm not here to tell you to buy the game. Like, I'm here to give you reasons to buy it, but I'm also here to give you reasons not to buy it. So once again, should you buy it? First question is, can you afford it? No? Don't fucking buy it. Yes? I don't fucking know if you should buy it. I already bought it for $90. Why? Because I plan to play the absolute shit out of this game. Oh, excuse me. I want to make content with this game. I want to play the game. I want to enjoy the game. My friends are going to play it. I'm already excited about it. And my general rule is, did you get your money's worth, is $1 per hour played. And as far as entertainment goes, $1 per hour is a fucking bargain. You buy a $10 movie ticket for a 2-hour movie, it's $5 an hour. Concerts, conventions, all of that stuff, like, you can spend a lot more than $1 per hour on entertainment. But for video games, $1 an hour is what I strive for. I've probably spent $100-ish, maybe a little bit more, on League of Legends skins and characters, but I have thousands of hours in that game. New World, $40, and then I probably spent another $40 on skins. I have well over 1,000 hours into that game. So will you play Diablo 4 for more than 80 hours? Like, I had 40 hours in the 2 beta weekends combined. So I'm not doing any more fucking math. You guys do the math on that if you want to. If you're concerned that you've never played an ARPG before, you don't know if you'll like it, everyone says you should buy Diablo 4, but you're scared you're going to spend the money and not like it, well, that's where this background footage finally becomes relevant. So here's some games to check out before Diablo 4 comes out to see if you like the genre, at the very least. First recommendation is going to be Diablo 2. It's not free, but it is very good. It's a classic. You really will get a feel for the vibe of the game. You'll get some of the backstory. And it still lives up. It's definitely an older game, but the game definitely lives up. And I think Diablo 4 is going to be a very good successor to it. I don't recommend Diablo 3. I've played very little of Diablo 3. I did not like Diablo 3. Another one that costs money, but it is a pretty solid ARPG in the same genre feel, is Last Epoch. $35. It's in early access, so it is not finished. I think they are slating release this year. The game feels very good, but at the same time, it really feels like something major is missing. It is in early access. But I will have more videos about Last Epoch coming out both in the time before Diablo 4 comes out. That's what I'm going to be doing to fill the gap. Path of Exile. Completely free game, but it is overly complex and can be very intimidating and daunting to get into. So I'll put some videos that I use to get a basic idea of how to play Path of Exile in the description below. Lost Ark is a free game. Does have a subscription thing for some quality of life. I think Lost Ark has the best combat in the genre, and has one of the worst endgames in the genre. But the combat feel is most comparable, in my opinion, to Diablo 4. So check those games out if you're curious whether or not you would like this style of game. Other than that, if you made it this far, thanks for stopping by. I do stream randomly on Twitch. Links to that will be in the description as well. Please like and subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. I am going to start making content for Diablo when Diablo 4 comes out, weekly about Diablo 4. And also I will be streaming a ton. What else is there? Oh yeah, leave a comment down below whether or not you are buying Diablo 4 and why. Or if you're not, why are you not buying Diablo 4? Because if the comments are good enough, I might make a follow-up video. So, other than that, like and subscribe for Diablo 4 content and also some Last Epoch content coming out in the interim. So, stay good, y'all.